Thrust rattles the air with the roar of his jets. He believes half the battle is won if the opponent is psyched out by his mere arrival, so Thrust makes no attempt to be sneaky. A pompous, loudmouthed braggart, and not too brave, his sudden powerful acceleration can topple nearby buildings. He flies at Mach 2.5, can double speed in 20 seconds for up to 2 minutes. Thrust carries 4 air-to-air missiles in jet mode, and 2 automatic missile launchers in robot mode. The sound of Dirge's engines cause petrifying fear in those who hear them. He is a master at handling fear. Other Decepticons are put off by his mournful, silent ways. He even gives Ramjet the creeps. Carrying 2 concussion missiles in robot mode as well as jet mode, Dirge needs to control a situation, otherwise he too falls victim to fear, making him useless as a warrior. Mid-air collisions are Ramjet's speciality. It makes little difference if the target is an opponent or not. He'll crash into it just for fun. A terror without equal in the skies, which Ramjet sees as his own castle, where he likes to live alone. His nose module can withstand impact of 3-foot thick concrete at 1,500 miles per hour. And he flies at Mach 2.8, carrying 2 cluster bombs in both jet and robot mode. Too many crashes can injure Ramjet, particularly his internal mechanics. Joining the Decepticon Seekers in the second season, as well as the second wave of Transformers toys in 1985, retooled and remodeled from the original design of the Diaclone Jet Robo, which produced Starscream, Thundercracker, and Skywarp the year before. This new trio has the fan nickname of the Coneheads, despite original box art and instruction booklets depicting them as transforming exactly as their counterparts before them. At some point, for some unknown reason, Thrust, Dirge and Ramjet's models in animation, comics, and even their original toy ad depicted them as having their nose cones up, resulting in their distinctive pointy-headed silhouettes.
The Transformers will return after these messages.
The evil Decepticons have come to destroy Earth. Ramjet, Dirge, Thrust, an evil force.
Heroic Autobots! Decepticons! Transform!
Transformers, robots in disguise.
Can the heroic Autobots stop the evil Decepticons?
Watch out, Thrust!
The battle goes on.
The Transformers,
Robots in disguise from Hasbro.
We now return to the Transformers.
Like Starscream, Thundercracker, and Skywarp before them, Thrust, Dirge, and Ramjet were introduced into toy catalogs as the Decepticon planes. Years later, fans and creators would refer to the Decepticon jet fighters as Seekers. Although the term was never used by Marvel Comics, Hasbro Toys, or even the original cartoon, some European sources referred to them as Strike Planes and Sky Raiders, while in Japan, they were called Jetron of the Destron Forces, which sounds kinda cool actually. In the early 2000s, early store print marketing from 1984 was discovered, showing these toys listed as Decepticon Seekers. But how and why exactly this name survived obscurity, and how it came to be used again remains an odd mystery. Unlike many other Transformers from the first 2 seasons of the show, Thrust, Dirge, and Ramjet's toys were still available in 1986, leading to them surviving Transformers the movie in 1986, and being seen throughout most of the rest of the series. Despite these 2 seemingly being destroyed by bad animation in the opening miniseries of Season 3, Thrust and Dirge would even go on to be seen in flashbacks later in the Japanese sequel series. Unlike most characters in Season 2 of the cartoon, new characters introduced into Marvel Comics were given brief origins explaining why they'd been introduced into the story so late. Serving under Lord Straxus on Cybertron, Thrust, Dirge, and Ramjet, along with the Insecticons, operated out of the massive tower, Darkmount. Later, coming to Earth to serve Megatron, the Coneheads went on to face the Aerialbots in their introductory issue into the Marvel canon. Making a limited number of appearances, the trio were phased out of the comic book and the show as their toys were discontinued in 1987. Later, in Generation 2, Ramjet appeared again with bold new colors and accessories, before being discontinued one more time. After that, these 3 characters in their G1 forms would slip away from Transformers media for over 10 years. However, that didn't stop Hasbro from keeping the trademarks on their names alive in the years after. As Transformers G1 Legacy was passed on to Beast Wars, a planned but scrapped sequence in the series finale would have depicted the inert bodies of Thrust, Dirge, and Ramjet aboard the crashed Nemesis, explaining how they'd come to enter the story. The Nemesis was found again in the original series Season 2 episode Microbots. It's also fair to note, the Coneheads do not appear at any time in this episode, but they do show up multiple times in other episodes before that. Perhaps this is why the idea was dropped in the end. Thrust and Dirge's copywritten names were passed on to new characters in the Japanese Beast Wars series, Beast Wars 2nd. Thrust would later upgrade to become Thrustor, retooled from the original Beast Wars Dinobot toy. And his partner Dirge would be upgraded to become Dirge Gun. Meanwhile, back in America, Thrust's trademark name was kept alive in a new character, in Transformers Beast Machines. One of 3 Viacon generals created by Megatron using the extracted sparks from other Transformers. Secretly, inside this Thrust was the spark of Predacon Waspinator, who in the end of the series becomes a bioorganic wasp. True story. Transformers Armada introduced us to another Thrust in 2002, where Hasbro opted to go with a new color scheme instead of these classic colors from Thrust and Dirge. This Thrust was later killed by Unicron as he fell into his shoulder joint during transformation. There, he was crushed. Later in the live-action Bumblebee movie, we would get a cameo from G1 Thrust using his Armada color scheme. Likewise with Transformers Armada, Ramjet's name was kept alive as part of the Tidal Wave set. He was one of his many components. Ramjet was a jet fighter minicon that would lock into Tidal Wave, upgrading him with access to powerful cannons. In the early 2000s, Thrust, Dirge, and Ramjet would return to the pages of comic books, and they would later be seen making cameos in many new series such as Transformers Cyberverse and Transformers Animated. And even in Netflix's War for Cybertron, Thrust and Dirge appear briefly as members of Double Dealer's crew of mercenaries, not affiliated with the Decepticons like Ramjet. Thanks to cost-effective recoloring and retooling of existing toys, and Transformers fans' desire to collect and complete their Seekers, Thrust, Dirge, and Ramjet will continue to live on, like their classic brothers-in-arms before them. Hey everyone, thanks for watching. If you like this video, why not check out my voice actor spotlights for the 3 men behind the voices of these G1 characters, with Jack Angel as Ramjet, Ed Gilbert as Thrust, and the mysterious Bud Davis as Dirge. Please like, share, and subscribe.